All right. I have Melanie with me today. Hi, Melanie.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Melanie's agreed to take a couple minutes out of her day to talk about Ascension and her experience. So thank you very much for doing that.
Of course, of course. I'm happy to be here.
So my first question for you is give us a brief snapshot of what your business was like prior to Ascension. We'll get into what it's like now, but I just want to hear what was it like prior.
So prior to joining Ascension, I'm a real estate agent. So I've been an agent for 5 years, and pretty much exclusively, I was a one-woman show. It was just me. I was doing everything. I didn't have any defined marketing or anything like that. So there was not a lot of freedom because I was responsible for doing everything. My income with real estate was pretty steady my last 2 to 3 years in terms of how much commission I was making because I was doing everything on my own. So I sort of kind of plateaued at this like one space where I was making the same amount of money, and I was getting burnt out.
Yeah.
So I knew that I either had to stop being an agent or figure out a better way to do it. Right. And so that's when I joined Ascension.
Nice. Now, fast forward, it's been, because you joined towards the beginning of the year, so it's been probably 6 or 7 months. Ish, something like that. 4, 5, 6, 7 months, something like that. Anyway, give us a snapshot of where you're at now. What's different?
Since joining Ascension, from the point that I joined Ascension to 3 months later, my quarterly commissions tripled. Ooh. So that was fantastic. I saw a level of growth that I had never seen in my business before. And it was a mindset. Like my mindset just absolutely shifted to the point of like, okay, Melanie, you're not going to just be the one-woman show. We're going to bring people on. And I realized that I actually, like through coaching in Ascension and talking to people, that I had like a subconscious mental block that was making me not want more clients because I was so burnt out.
Right.
But then when I opened that up, boom, baby. It was just like,
boom, baby.
I felt confident to take on more clients because I knew with the coaching from Ascension that I was going to have a structure in place, and I was already in the process of bringing a buyer's agent onto my team who could help me out so that I could be outsourcing stuff to her and be focused on growing the business rather than working in the business. Right. So like the mental shift really opened me up to welcoming more opportunities, and then also gave me the opportunity to bring my best friend into my business. And she quit her job as a teacher and now is like loving her life. And we have just continued to be inspired by like the Ascension community. Like we joined a better gym, like we're taking care of our health, like just being around growth-minded people is pushing us to grow ourselves in ways that are not even really necessarily related to business directly, but are impacting our success and the amount of energy we can bring to our clients and to our business. And it's been amazing.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man, that's so exciting. So I'm adding a quick question. Has the trajectory from that growth, has that sustained?
So I created a new, this is what Todd calls it. I created a new floor.
Yes.
So now I matched what I did in Q2 for Q3.
Nice.
But I changed brokerages. Because my success was so good, I was approached by a luxury brokerage that provides incredible support. Yeah. So in the second phase, I changed brokerages and added my buyer's agent. So we've kind of taken the pedal a little bit off of revenue in order to grow the business structure. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that we tripled again the second,
but you sustained at that level again.
We remain steady at what is now triple. But to me, that feels like, okay, well, that's not enough.
Right, because now it's the floor.
Now it's the floor.
Now it's the floor.
Okay, I did that, and then again, Ascension comes in and they're like, listen,
right.
Your success is not only quantified based on your revenue. The fact, sometimes you have to slow down a little bit to speed up, and building the structure.
You're now in a different phase.
Exactly. And like now I have systems in place to where my buyer's agent can completely draft an offer that would have taken me 2.5 hours, and I review it in 10. While she's doing that, I'm working on our website. I'm creating client events. So it's like, I'm starting to see the power of leverage, and I really think Q4 is going to be fantastic.
Right. And then with Q, I mean, it's shaping up to be. And then once you nail Q4, that's just in business in general. That's that's an indicator of what the next year is going to be.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, cool. If we end Q4 when everyone slows down, if we're ending the year with our best month or a solid month.
Yep. Yeah. And that's been the really big thing of like bringing the buyer's agent on. It's like added a new energy to the business to where as an agent, when you're a one woman show or man show, I was so burnt out from how much I worked during COVID. And then I would have taken the pedal off the metal because I had made a bunch of money in that queue. And when I told you it tripled, I would have went like this. Okay, now I gotta chill. No, but strategically adding Sabrina to the team, I can't take my pedal off the metal now. Like she's depending on me. And so that was like also a strategic insert that I didn't even like expect, that she added a complete new fire to where instead of me pulling back, I was like, no, we're keeping going. So it was so like, I'm so grateful, because if I wouldn't have had that, I'd probably be in Italy right now.
Just chilling.
There'll be a time and a place for that.
Yes, there will be. Yes, there will be. Yes.
But right now we're in growth mode. So
right. I love that. That's fantastic. Well, last question for you is, do you have any takeaways or anything you'd like to share from Ascension?
I would say my biggest takeaway is to start with thinking about what you want your life to look like, and let the business support that, rather than being so focused on what is my business going to be? What is my business going to be? Let life lead, because I had it backwards. And I was thinking that the business would lead to a life that I loved, rather than saying, this is the life that I want. And how can my business support that? And what shifts do I need to make in order to do that? And seeing all of the different people in Ascension, everyone's doing something different.
Yes.
You see, oh, it's possible. They do it this way. They do it that way. It like empowers you to see there's not just one way, and enables you to be daring enough to do something a little outside of the box. So it's really like life first, then business.
Fantastic. Very well said. Very well said. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Melanie. This was awesome. Very helpful for potential people. And it's just a win, you know, whether they join Ascension or not, watch it. It's going to be a win because of wisdom that's dropped. So appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thanks for having me in the community.
Of course. Of course. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Ciao.